Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.
Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that you daren't say, all you other YouTubers. Chickens off with their heads. I've just been looking on BoxRec. Perry Howe, 5-9-1. Where's his belt that he won? Because it's been took off at BoxRec. Dennis, didn't you pay sanction fees? Pop, pop, bang. Perry, if you don't win an area belt before you retire, in the Don you will go. If you win one, I'll jump in Don. I'll dive in. All right. So don't forget our little bet, Perry Howe. All right. Pop, pop, bang on that one. Right. Nick Mandelberg sent a comment in and he says, Porky, how come Parker has become AJ's shield and fighting the opponents AJ's supposed to fight? He's fought Wilder and now Zhang. Whereas AJ has fought Wallin and now Ngannou. It's a joke. They are lapping it up. Nick, thanks for that, mate. I needed that. For a moment there, I thought it was just me that were running around saying that. Of course they don't want to fight Zhang. It's an hard night's work, Zhang, isn't he? Big 6'6", 20 stoner, southpaw. Woo! We saw what I did to Joe Joyce, don't we? So they're not going to put Big Meech near Zhang. So well said, Nick. Well said. Second one, Carlos Lowry. What's more relentless, Eddie Hill's book or Beterbiev? Well, Eddie Hill's book, how is he relentless in that book? Fetched up in a privileged castle, a limousine taking him to school, private school, by the way, and he's telling us he's relentless. How has he been relentless? What adversity has Eddie Hills had to overcome in his life? What? None. That's why boxers can't identify with him. A boxer, they can't understand where he's coming from half at the time, but they're not going to say anything because they need him. They're needy of him. Boxers that are not needy of him will say the bit. Everybody else is needy. You know, your Bellews, your Barkers, your Coldwells. You know, people like that. Bean. He's not an ex-boxer, but people are needy of him, aren't they? And they're not going to rock the boat, are they? We know, don't we? We know. So it is what it is. Third one. C. Flynn. I'm assuming that's C for Charlie Flynn, is it? C. Flynn, it says. I'd like to see Beterbiev versus Opitea. Think he will be the only one who has a chance of beating him up at £200. Yeah, that's a good point. That I think Beterbiev will probably run straight over him. That's what I think. But we'll see, won't we? But let's let Beterbiev take care of Bivol first, and then we can start looking at the cruiserweight division, aren't we? But if Opitea fought him, it'd be a young guy against an old guy, wouldn't it? So maybe the timing might be right, but it is what it is. But yeah, good question, that one. Good comment. The fourth one, Murdoch. Fantasy matchup, Calzaghe versus Beterbiev. Who's the winner? Well, Calzaghe would probably wait while he was 40 odd, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? If they were both at the peaks, he'd swerve him. I don't think he'd ever get that fight with Joe Calzaghe. He only wanted to fight old men, or if he fought anybody who were any good, like Lacey and Kessler, who were undefeated, he wanted to fight them at home, didn't he? So it is what it is. Sorry about that, all you Joe Calzaghe fans. It is what it is. Sheep. No, that's that. Number 5, Raymundo from Hartlepool. How are we doing, Raymundo? Hope you're well. Sonny won't go back there. Bam's a monster. I think Sonny's got the skill set to fight to fight Bam Bam Rodriguez. Of course he has. He wouldn't have been a world champion otherwise, but obviously something's going on in here because that's first firefight he's been in, and it didn't work out, did he? He couldn't put the fire out. So if that's the first firefight and he's failed at the first firefight, I very much doubt that fight will happen. But you can't give it the old road, man, can you? And then not want to fight him. So, Sonny, come on, call him out. Get him over to UK and do the business. You go again, don't you? It's like when you're 2-year-old, you fall down. A 2-year-old gets back up and he goes again, doesn't he? But what happens when you get into your late 20s? Do you fall down and don't want to get back up? Come on, Sonny, get with program. Get Grant Smith to get a game plan together and go again, don't you? Or set your brother on him. That's how I look at it. Number 6, Daz G. Remember when Terry said Okolie would beat Usyk? Well, they haven't fought yet, have they? If Terry believes that Okolie beats Usyk, that's up to him, innit? That's his opinion, innit? Personally, I don't agree with Terry. I think Usyk could write him off at cruiserweight or heavyweight, but until they fight, it's just opinions, isn't it? It's just an opinion. But I see where you're coming from, but I don't agree with Terry on that one. But I don't agree with Terry on a lot of things. In fact, I don't agree with a lot of things that a lot of people who come on this channel say, but it is what it is, isn't it? I always go other way. And usually if you go other way in boxing, you're usually right, aren't you? Because often it's 90% knackers chatters, good gunners, people that are going to do wonders, and all they do is suck on cucumbers. So, number 7, Rabid Jerry says, going with Wardley in him versus Karamak Easter egg. He impressed me against Adelaide. You probably have to make Fabio Wardley a favourite against It's Big Freeze against Fraser Clark for the simple reason Fraser's only had 8 fights. He's still a bit novice-y, even though he won an Olympic bronze medal. I still think he's a bit novice in it. It's Big Freeze. Wardley, I make him a slight favourite myself, but it's a good fight, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to it. So may the best man win. So I'd like to see, to be honest, I'd like to see It's Big Freeze doing, really, to be honest. I would, honestly, but we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Number 8, Rapohism. Wherever that is, I don't know. I'm not really good at pronouncing stuff like that. Callum Smith, nothing more than European level, will never reach the levels of a John Fury 100-0 on hard road. Pop, pop, bang. Well, John Fury's career wasn't that brilliant, was it, as a boxer, but the 100-0 hard road career, there's nobody said they were a fair play man in any of them fights. No fair play man from opponents. No opponents have come forward. There's no man saying that he fought John for 100 grand and lost. Not one person's come forward to say he had a bare knuckler with John Fury. Maybe it's something John's got going in his head, I don't know. Maybe he rounded it off to, over the years, he's give out 100 slaps to people. You know, people who probably couldn't match him for size or didn't want to fight. He's probably, I don't know, he might have handed 100 good hidings out, but nobody said they had a bare knuckle straightener with Big John Fury with fair play men. Nobody. So it's obviously a lie. It's stolen valor. But none of these YouTubers are going to pull him up on it, are they? Pop, pop, bang on that one, John. On the hard road. 200 kilo deadlifts with me Corey. So we've got a man here running around with 100 kilo, with 100 an old record on hard road and lifting 200 kilo with his Corey, some crazy man with a giant Corey. You couldn't make it up, but I don't know what goes off in his head, but it is what it is, isn't it? So, number 9. Nick Higgins says, how can Terry say Eddie didn't want to pay for Mundo fight? They bid 2.1 million and lost out by 15 grand. Look, I think point that Terry's trying to make, Nick, is this. $1 billion Eddie in it with DAZN and all their millions and billions. And they can't even win a purse bid. When was the last time they actually won a purse bid? Look, Matchroom don't win purse bids. You can count them on both hands, the purse bids they've won in 30-odd years. Pop, pop, bang. Go and research it. Do your homework. They do not win purse bids. When other people win purse bids, they have to put the show on and put their hand in the pocket and take the risk. Matchroom would rather put their fighter on that show and take their cut. That's how it works. All right. So they don't like to roll the dice because they're not in control, are they? if it's not this show, Control Freaks. Okay. Number 10, Pig. That's all it says, Pig, and then there's obviously a few letters. Pig says, would you mind seeing Smith versus Yard? B2B was just too much for Callum last night. Yeah, I could buy into Callum Smith against Yard, but I make Anthony Yard a humongous favourite in that fight. I really, really would, honestly. I make him a massive favourite. I think he's got more pop in his punches. And I don't think he's got as many miles on the clock as Callum now. That's how I look at it. That fight against Batavia would have took a lot out of Callum Smith. Absolute lot. But it is what it is, isn't it? As for his brother Paul and Liam coming out constantly going on about Beterbiev, I think they need to be a little bit careful they don't get a legal letter or something insinuating stuff like that. He has not failed a test. Not failed it at all. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's a clean athlete until somebody tells me otherwise. So, okie dokie. Oh, it is what it is, isn't it? So, go on. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. Big shout out to Buster Brunt. Hope you're well. Big shout out to Spartan Demolition. That's it. Nice to see you down here this morning, AJ Hobson. Nice to have a cup of you. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Pop, pop, bang, go on, peace out.